it's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It all started in my It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It all started in our This woman is giving me fits. Her mouth keeps saying words, but ain't talking about shit. Real madness, I need to do that. I asked her to chill, she couldn't do that. I gave the side eye, she asked who I'm looking at. Then I remembered what I saw in our five, so I looked her in the eyes and said, it's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you.
Man, welcome to the wow. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. I don't know what's going on, man. All right, I'm good. Yo, welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. I am your main man, Dirty Folks, and I appreciate y'all being here, man. We're about to get it in, man. I'm really doing this show twice. Because I just did the show and was like, yo, what happened to everybody? And realized that OBS has shut down my stream because I canceled OBS, but I was still using them to restream on Rumble. I had to shut the whole thing down, and it was real tolerance, bro. Can I get a what? There we go. I can see me now. All right. So we're going to get right into it, man. Everybody talking about this Trump thing, but I got a whole different angle on it. I'm going to share with you. It's going to be daycare friendly. Lesson number 1, which ain't really a lesson at all because you guys already know this. Women can't apologize for anything, bro. So apparently the news is blaming Donald Trump for winning. When Americans win, blacks lose. When America wins, blacks lose. And when I say blacks, y'all know what I'm talking about. Women, gays, felons. Specifically liberal women, gays, felons. Let's go to it, man. I'll break it down as we go.
ABC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president. And for so many of you watching right now, that news is, to say the least, a lot to digest. I understand that personally. After he lost 4 years ago, he refused to accept the outcome and incited a violent insurrection on our nation's capital. He's campaigned while facing criminal indictments related to his efforts to overturn the 2020 results, and he's run as a convicted felon. During this campaign, he has also promised to essentially be an authoritarian leader, to use power like no American president ever has before, and wield that power to go after his political enemies.
Let's pause right there. All of that is media propaganda. All of that. The convictions. To say that you're a convicted felon and we're talking about taxes and loans. There were more black people, black women specifically for one of these, but black people in general, who sells their kids social security numbers for tax returns. Don't even have a job. Sell their kids to black women. Well, poor women in general. But all women are black. All liberal women are black. Women. Women sell their kids. That is tax fraud, ma'am. You're on public assistance getting all type of bread. What is it? 45? What's the child credit? Hey, in the chat, somebody put in the chat, how much you get back on the child credit? I don't ever get one of them motherfuckers. I ain't got no kids, nigga. And if I do, I don't, nigga. So, how much is it? 6,500, 4,500, however much it is. You can only file 2 kids, so she got 5. She's selling 3 of them. That's a felony, ma'am. And you don't feel like a criminal. But you're talking about Donald Trump as a criminal for his tax returns. How many people got BC loans that crippled the economy in 2008? We had one of the worst housing crises since the Great Depression. Poor credit people, not even cash poor people, poor credit people. Poor credit is a result of irresponsibility, not doing what you're supposed to do on time. That's all it is. So irresponsible people got homes, crashed the market. Homes they cannot afford, but got funded for, crashed the market. You're calling Donald Trump a felon because he got a loan for Mar-a-Lago and paid it back. Oh, we didn't like his assessment. Nigga, I've been a mortgage broker. I was a mortgage broker from 2000 to 2005-ish, 6-ish. And then I got into property management. And I had my little team, me, Cleon, fucking Tank. And one of our guys, he was an appraiser. I'm like, yo, this is what I need. He'd be like, all right, this is what you got to do, bro. You can't get it like this. I need you to put a clear coat of paint on. Go call Cleon, tell him to put a closet in this room right here, and put some flowers in the front yard, and I give you the extra 20,000 you're looking for. You put $300 worth of effort in it. I give you 20,000. That happens every day. That does not make me a criminal. That means that I had a price point that I had to hit in order to get the proper assessment. And you're calling that a felony. Everything that they said Trump did as a felony is what the everyday American does to get by. Now they're saying he's going to be a dictator. The reason I'm reiterating this, not because I really care, but because the media repeats things. It's like, you ever heard a song and you don't even like the song, and you don't know none of the lyrics, but you know the hook. Like, you know the hook back and forth. For me, it's Panda. I got bras in Atlanta, credit cards in the sky. I don't understand nothing that boy say, but I know he got bras in Atlanta, credit cards with the scanners. I know that. That is what they do with. They've been doing that with Trump for 8 years now. 8 years. Oh, he was grabbing it by the coochie. I grab girls by the coochie. It's called dancing. Have you seen how black people dance? Girls grab their ankles and throw their booty back on you. You smacking ass on the dance floor. That was the dances of the fucking late 90s, 2000s. Now you telling me that makes me a bad person because I dance? Now they're talking about felonies for taxes and loans. And they keep putting this in you. And now they're saying he's a totalitarian. They're telling you he's going to be a dictator. A dictator doesn't leave office. You're not a dictator because you question a count. Like, man, recount the votes, yo. It's your constitutional right. It's your high school running for student body president right to recount votes. That doesn't make Hillary a felon. Well, Hillary is a felon. I ain't gonna front. But what she did to Bernie, how she stole electoral votes from states that he actually won, but she got the electoral votes. That's not a no nothing. Al Gore losing Tennessee, which was his hometown, his home state, and losing Florida on some Chad when George Bush brother was the governor of Florida. He was like, bro, I got you. It's cool. And nobody investigated that. Al Gore didn't go to jail for asking Florida to recount the votes. That's not a crime. That doesn't make you a dictator saying you don't want to leave the office because you're like, hold on, bro. You trying to tell me 94% of Americans voted by mail? 94%, bro? Historically, man, our voting is anywhere between 40 to 55% of Americans. You telling me 94% of Americans voted? Man, recount that. That's not illegal. That doesn't make you a totalitarian. That makes you know how to count, but girls can't count. And I just wanted to break that down real quick because she's gonna say some things that's gonna contradict the things that she just said, which is why we don't listen to girls with clothes on. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We don't listen to girls with clothes on. But here comes the contradiction. And this is MSNBC. You know what? Never mind.
This is a man who's also bragged about overturning Roe v. Wade and stripping away women's bodily autonomy. He's promised to conduct mass deportations to crack down on the rights of millions of Americans. Donald Trump.
Real quick. Mass deportations to kill the rights of millions of Americans. They're not Americans. You don't deport Americans. Girls just say words. But these are the things that, even though I think it's dumb, my dad will repeat on the phone to my sister. I see old men saying that old women going to vote in record droves. We talked about that yesterday. Off of song hooks. They just keep repeating the same thing and hoping it sticks.
Is an anti-democratic force, but he's just been elected democratically in our country.
Let me go back here. Here's the point. Here's where we're going to go. I'm bringing that back. Donald Trump is an anti-democratic force, without a comma, that has just been elected democratically. So he's undemocratic, but democracy voted for him. I'm telling you, girls don't know what words mean, bro. You cannot listen to these women, gays, and felons. You just can't do it, bro. You can't listen to the women, gays, and felons. Hold on, I ain't had a volume. Let me turn it up a little.
Democratic force, but he's just been elected democratically in our country. And here's what might be the hardest part to hear, but we have to talk about and we have to say, and it is a hard part to digest for all of us. But we have to be honest about what we saw in this election. Donald Trump was elected by expanding his support over a number of key groups that we've been.
Let's pause right there. It gets better or worse. Non-democratic, elected democratically. Next sentence, he won by spreading his influence over a myriad of key demographics. What is more democratic than that, right? Of being of the people, for the people. What is more democratic than being bipartisan? What is more democratic than dealing with the people that like you, not concentrating on the people that don't like you, and expanding the umbrella of people who may be able to tolerate you? Like, yeah, all right, cool. That is democracy in a nutshell, man. A myriad of groups, several different types of groups, men, then tailoring it down to black men, then going to the religious space, then going to the business sector. A myriad of groups. It's not his fault that Kamala only talked about coochie. Kill your baby. A whole election to kill your baby. You want to stop global warming? You got to kill more babies. If you don't, then they're going to breathe, and the carbon dioxide going to mess up the ozone layer. We can save the world by deleting more babies. That's her platform. That is not Donald Trump's fault that she didn't reach out to people. And I want to be black. When you obviously not black, and then get backlash because of two things that you're talking about, abortion and faking your ethnic group concerns a very small amount of people. Black women. Women in general with abortion, black women with the color plus abortion. You put yourself in a pigeonhole, ma'am, and now you sitting here talking to, you know what? It gets better.
Digging into this night, all night tonight, as we anticipated where this was headed, and I know we're going to dig into it throughout the course of the day today. And there will be a lot of time spent on how and why he won and what this will mean for the country over the next 4 years and beyond. But in this moment, it's also important to remember that our democracy is not built around one person or one job. And I have every confidence that pro-democracy forces in this country will continue to stand up and make their voices heard. That's what we saw after 2016 as well. Some of those voices will be governors, some of them will be elected officials, some will be institutions and organizations standing up for rights and standing up for women's bodily autonomy and standing up for our climate.
Women's bodily autonomy, climate, which is also abortion. The reason I wanted to put that out is, remember yesterday I did a show after I came back from voting, and I showed you guys how they were calling things elective, but they were really appointments. I'm aware I'm frozen. I don't know why, but roll with it. So when they talk about the fight for democracy with governors and elected officials and organizations are mostly women too, or mostly cater to women. They say they cater to children, but they really only cater to women, because as soon as that child is legal age, they abandon that child. If it's a boy, if it's a girl, they'll work with her. She get pregnant, they'll keep it up, rinse and repeat. If it's a boy, man, we gonna help you do this practice SAT test. I hope you get to college, my nigga, and then you out the door. And hold on, man. And the issue with that is, and we talked about this yesterday, is they appoint who they want to be in there. So you can't tell me elected officials and then tell me that all of your judges are appointed and they're all women. All of your seats are appointed and they're all women. That you'll have ballots with the appointed woman and then she runs uncontested, just so you can say she was an elected official. But you can't not scan the Chad. You got to go through the scan. At least that's how they do in Illinois. You go through a scanner. So I can't not vote for this. I can't not vote for a woman because she's the only one on the ballot, and I got to fill out all the boxes. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know what? Need a little mood music. A little mood music, man. Because I'm going to start reading. And reading without music sounds like a lecture. And I'm not here to lecture my brethren. Y'all my guys. You know what? Yeah, we're going to play this.
Akdas.
Not that one. Let's read a little something, if you don't mind. Turn, turn the volume down a little bit. All right. Now watch this. Because I was curious about a few things. Now, first of all, we're going to go right back to women can't apologize, right? Kamala still hasn't made a concession speech. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest stories that happened last night, besides Trump winning, was Kamala not showing up at Howard University for what was supposed to be her victory speech. But once she lost, she has to go back to the camp and ask Obama what to say, because she don't know what to say, right? So she gonna have to go back and try to figure out how to concede with grace without taking any blame. That's why she didn't show up last night. She was probably crying somewhere because the powers that be, the media, the Megan Thee Stallions, and all of Hollywood promised her she'll get there. This is her whole election bid has been a media election. Media plus abortion. Women's rights. Cool. And I'm going to tell you why she's having such a hard time apologizing. Besides the fact she's a woman. What do you say to your base? I'm going to show you guys something. This election was a lot closer than you think. A lot closer than you think. And we got to celebrate all the people who live in places without Section 8 for this victory. We got to celebrate the non-Section 8 America for this victory. I want to show you all the keynote states. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. Because I want to tell you where I got this from. Hold on. This is the voting map for America. America. They supposed to win. They were supposed to win Minnesota. I'm not going to question that. They're supposed to win Minnesota because that's where Tampon Timmy from. You're supposed to lock down your state. I'm not even going to question that, right? The only other state that they won in the Midwest was Illinois. Illinois. I tell you guys all the time, most of America is Republican. What makes it liberal is any place where men like fat women. No matter, generally speaking, fat black women, but where men like fat women and other men who dress like women, that's where things go awry. Let me show you something. In Illinois, the Chicagoland area voted for Cam. This down here, this is where like East St. Louis is. They voted for Cam. A lot of poor black people down there. These are lifelong Democrats because they love slavery. They really want to be slaves, man. We got to give them the slavery they're looking for, bro. But the rest of the state, red. However, Kamala got 2.8 million votes to Trump's 2.3 million, 2.4 almost. Based on the Chicagoland area alone. Let me show you something else. Once again, Trump won all of these, but none of these states in Northeast America matter. None of them really matter, except New York. In Philly, but Pennsylvania went Trump. I was shocked, but Pennsylvania went Trump. So New York matters, right? So how does New York turn blue? How does New York turn blue? Yo, I'm so ashamed of New York. Like, Brooklyn and the Bronx stood up, man, for Kamala, bro. They stood up for Kamala. Queens, too. All the places where the rappers at, you know what I'm saying, the niggas with no daddies, they stood up. Dutchess, Ulster, a lot of these places are people who lived in New York City that want to move outside of New York City but still have proximity to the city. So these are still kind of the same people. The rest of the state, red. But the biggest city, blue. This is the game that the Democrats have to play, right? To put you in concentrated little future FEMA camps, because that's what they're going to be. They're going to be future FEMA camps. I'm so disappointed with New York. All y'all rappers need to be hornswoggled. Georgia's another one. Look how red Georgia is. And Donald Trump won Georgia. Shout out to them. And the reason Trump won Georgia is because everybody voted this time. Let me say this real quick, man, because I say this all the time, but people don't really pay me attention. As much as black people talk about marching for the right to vote and poll tax and all, white people don't vote. They don't vote, sirs. Why do you think Chicago, every elected position is black people? There's more white people and Latinos in Chicago than black people. Us having a black mayor, black state's attorney, black district attorney, black school board president, black education director, a multitude of black senators, a bunch of black women on the Illinois Supreme Court, because white people don't vote. They don't come outside. They really don't come outside not to vote. You have passionate people that vote. You have people that vote on their interests, but white people don't vote. And generally speaking, white people and men and white didn't have a reason to vote. And old people, I don't know why the fuck so many old people out there didn't have a reason to vote. I don't care about abortion. Abortion is a state matter. They talking about it federally. It's a state matter. Some states you can get abortion, some states you can't. That's not a fair thing. All the Supreme Court did is kicked it back down to the state. Smaller government. That's good. There was no reason to vote for that. And there was no other issue on the table. White people showed up for Trump, not because they passionate about Trump, but because they were trying to save us from Kamala. They were like, we cannot let this goofy cackling bitch get in that motherfucker. That's probably Kamala, right? We cannot let this cackling bitch get in the office. We're all going to die. So they showed up. They showed up in these small little towns you'll never hear of. Meriwether County. Like, you could look at the total amount of votes, bro. Like, the whole place will have like 12,000 people in a whole little town. But everybody showed up. And all these little bitty, recluse, rural cities got Trump the victory. You see what's blue, right? Fulton County, that's Atlanta. DeKalb County, that's Atlanta. Clayton County. Clayton County is outskirt Atlanta, but it's a lot of white folks in Clayton. I'm surprised. I'm looking for Gwinnett County. Because Gwinnett County. Where Norcross at? Did she win Norcross too? Cobb County, Atlanta. Cobb County is like, you know what? So crazy about Cobb County? Cobb County is Atlanta, but they're trying to secede from Atlanta. That's like where Uptown is, right? And they tired of all them niggas that's from Fulton County, bro. They tired of them niggas, bro. They trying to get up out of there, but they won't let them leave, right? I was looking for Norcross. I don't see Norcross has a lot of Mexicans. That's why I was kind of looking for it, but it doesn't matter. The only places where she won is where a bunch of old slaves and young black college students are. And you know, college is full of, college make you gay, bro. That's the whole point of college, right? College make you gay. So you see something like Chatham County that she won. That's what Savannah State University is, right? You look at Liberty County. That's where Vidalia, Georgia is. That's the home of the onion and some other shit. But the rest of this is red. I, this is what Biden won last election, quote unquote. You know, because what's our girl name that YSL shorty? Fannie Willis. You know, Fannie Willis pulled the trucks out. You know, he won Georgia last time too at 9 o'clock when the polls closed. But somehow when we woke up the next morning, he lost Georgia. But we can't talk about that because I'm trying to stay monetized, right? So I'm showing you though, everywhere that you see blue, I'll show you a bunch of big burly broad back black bitches. I'll show you a bunch of Keishas. Any place blue in America, I'll show you a bunch of Keishas east of the Mississippi River. When you get west, we're gonna go west next. But east of the Mississippi, give you another example. Texas. Like as y'all come in, man. Like as y'all come in. Send your heart, donate to the daycare. Speaking of that, real quick. I want to get to Texas. I want to show y'all something. But speaking of that real quick, man, early in the show, man, Mineral Mission, a $5 cash app. Gratitude, sir. Appreciate you.
I'm gonna drop a dime quarter, a whole change purse, a Chuck E. Cheese token. I'm dropping all that shit. Don't give a fuck.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, joy.
I gotta find my taco. All right. Texas is all red except where all of the Chicago girls move. So this is how that life work, right? This is how you be about that life. You live in Chicago, Detroit, New York, and you fuck every nigga, right? You get herpes, you clean up a couple of STDs, then you move to Atlanta. Then you realize you can't get a man in Atlanta, then you complain all the men I gave like you didn't know you was going to Atlanta. And then you move to Houston or Dallas. All of these places are places where Chicago women ran. And even though they left the mess that they made in Chicago, voting all Democrat, all for bitches, they go to other places that's Republican. Georgia is Republican. And they switch it and flip it Democrat there, everybody dies, right? Anytime girls talk or clothes on, everybody dies. Anytime they get to decide anything, everybody dies, right? So you go to Texas. Dallas. Lot of Midwest transplants in Dallas. No other county around Dallas but Dallas by itself, right? Then you go down here to Harris County. Harris County is Houston. Lot of black people by the Galleria. Shout out to the 8th Ward, 5th Ward, you know, shout out to Scarface, my favorite rapper. But, bruh. Then you go, basically you looking at Austin, San Antonio, and I want to say El Paso. Yeah, El Paso too. You're looking at San Antonio, Austin, all the places that got black colleges down there, by the way. Those black college cities are liberal as shit. Because everybody gay. Because college make you gay, nigga. It just is what it is. So the women, gays, and felons show up for chaos, right? Because they're commies. And communists hate beauty. I'm going to say that for last. Just generally speaking, I just wanted to see California. Ain't nothing to see here. Kamala won California by 2 million votes almost. The Napa Valley, where you get your grapes for your wines, they Republican, but generally speaking, L.A., Oakland, I'm not shocked about that. And then I'm not shocked. Real quick, I'll show you real quick. I'm gonna tell you who I'm not shocked by. I'm not shocked that Cali and these suicide states up here, fucking Portland and Seattle, where everybody they just take themselves out, number 1 and number 3 on the self deletion chart. I'm not surprised that these depressing ass people hate beauty too, right? Because commies hate beauty. I'm going to tell you what did shock me, though. New Mexico did not shock me. New Mexico has a lot of illegals down there. Once they cross the border, New Mexico right there. You crossing the border right here in the Rio Grande, New Mexico right there. A lot of those people are fighting to stay in America. That didn't shock me. What shocked me was Colorado. For all the things that we've been seeing about how the Venezuelans taking over Colorado, got people paying rent in their own spot, they jacking the landlords. You would think that Aurora, Colorado, suburb of Denver, so let's say Denver, you would think that Denver, Colorado would want these migrants going the worst. You know what I mean? You can say the same about New York. Not even going to talk about it. New York, what, $2 billion in the red for taking care of these migrants, putting them in hotels. Chicago just hit a Billy. Chicago just hit a Billy deficit. We got a $1 billion deficit with 760 million of that going toward migrant services. You would think that they wouldn't want, but whatever, right? Colorado. Let's check this out. Kamala won Colorado, bro. That is amazing, bro.
That is amazing.
And the way she won it makes it even crazier. Boulder, Colorado, college town, everybody gay. Apparently, everybody except Cheyenne. What's Deion Sanders' son name? Cheyenne and the football team. Everybody else gay. Because this is crazy. This makes no sense. And then get to this deep blue right here, Denver. So that Denver, Aurora, all the things that's going on right here. They voted the hardest. They voted for Kamala at 80%. 80%. The people we did videos for months about everybody getting jacked. Man, they need to take their nation back. The biker gang. What, I can't remember the name of it. Hell's Angels. They got to come up there and help their brethren. Like it's all messed up. Look how blue that's the deepest blue. Like this all blue, but this is deep blue. You can't even tell, bro. It's. Let me see if I can expand it. You can't even. I'm pointing to it. You can't even recognize how illmatic it is. Look at them. Because that's how small the dot is. Look how small this dot is. Denver, 80%. And they going through the most hell with these migrants. They going through the biggest deficit based on Bidenomics. And this is why you can't trust liberals, bro.
Hey y'all, Masters are coming. He's a coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here he comes.
Look, guys, ask
Look, bros. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna tell you the real. I'm gonna tell you the real. Elections are not to put people in position, right? Like you don't have a right to vote. Nobody has a right to vote. You're allowed to vote, not to get the person in office, but to gauge public sentiment. The public is not allowed to vote on important things, bro. People buy their vote. They buy their voting power. This is what I mean. I sell penny stocks, which I don't promote as much as I should, but I sell penny stocks for No Show Organic. Our goal is to take it public in the penny stock market and everybody quadruple their money real quick. Right? Nobody can tell me anything about my operation except shareholders. Right? Because they pay for a right to speak. That board of directors pay for a right to speak and to vote. You know what, seeking my creator, I'm not even gonna talk about the electoral college because that's not even where I'm going with it. Where I'm going with is temperature. I'm not even going about the policy of politics. I'm going off the temperature of voting. You have, do you want gay rights? Cool. Y'all voted for that? All right, cool. We're gonna do that. Oh, y'all don't want it, y'all vote. Man, how much gonna make the gas? What are we gonna do before you write? It's to gauge the temperature. And now, because nobody can read, it's really a popularity contest. Just to see which cool kid everybody likes so we can gravitate policy toward the cool kid stuff that they like. With that being said, the reason I want to show you my angle of the election is I want to show you that America is a very conservative nation, a nation of people who want to raise their family, eat some good jerk chicken, maybe get a little ass every once in a while, get a nice little car, age appropriate. When you're young, you want something fast. When you're older, you want some luxury. Chill. My little 2 vacation weeks a year. Chill. America, coloreds are the minstrels of America. Like, what coloreds go through, like how they operate, how they think is opposite of national. It's opposite of American. It's almost anti-American to the point that it's dangerous. I want to show you guys that because I want you to show when they show you that these states are blue and you thinking, oh man, that's the temperature of the state. No, that's the temperature of the cities with the highest single mama populations. A bunch of dumb bitches who raise their kids to be dumb because they have no adult supervision. Well, we don't have a electoral. We have repeal the 19th. Absolutely repeal the 19th. What we have is a issue of policy that allows girls to talk with clothes on. This election came all down to will we lose our nation because we allow girls to talk with clothes on. Girls don't even like wearing clothes, and you don't like to see girls in clothes. You want to see your daughter in clothes, but every other girl ain't your daughter. You want them to be naked as possible, unless they're fat. Then you want them in clothes, of course. But you want them naked. They want to be naked. Your mama wasn't the only woman that come dead in the crib, take her bra off, and then get naked, walking around in just a pair of panties and a house coat or some shit. Women hate clothes. 14 closets worth of clothes, hate wearing. Hate clothes. They only wear them so they can fuck up your life, fuck up your policy, fuck up your propensity to earn, fuck up your propensity to grow, promote fights. You think a Kamala got in there and would be World War III immediately? Who gonna listen to her? And then she gonna be on some girl shit like, you ain't listening to me, send the bombs, you ain't gonna treat me like a bitch. No. America just probably saved us for another 5 years. If there's anything, and I'm a bail out, but if there's anything that I took from this, is America is really getting tired of these bitches. It has nothing to do with the cult following of Trump. That is a very small sector. But Kamala got her cult following. You got a bunch of fucking Divine Nine dick suckers. They all suck dick. The boys and the girls suck dick. All the Divine Nine suck dick. You got a bunch of Divine Nine dick suckers. That's her cult following. Then you have a bunch of, good old boy Trump supporters. And then you have the rest of America that's just looking like, cannot afford to listen to a girl with clothes on. And they decided, a bunch of white people don't like voting. You don't come outside. Came outside and represented from all those small towns, all those pass through, fly over, 2 gas stations and 1 traffic light towns. They all showed up to fight domestic terrorism because they didn't want to listen to a bunch of bitches telling them what the fuck is wrong with them. A bunch of pussy problems. A whole 3 months of listening to pussy problems. And people's like, fuck your pussy. And now Trump is president. Anyway, man, I just wanted to give y'all my angle on it, man. I know everybody doing shows about it today, and everybody got their own thing, how great Trump is or how bad it is that Kamala lost, whatever. I'm just showing y'all that all states are red except where y'all let bitches talk with clothes on. Anyway, on that note, bro, love your brothers as you love yourself. Read the pack. Tribe up.
The Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause on what she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare. Welcome to the Daycare.
Niggas need to stop giving these bitches all the attention. That's why niggas is dying now. When these hoes get horny, niggas die. Hoes get horny, niggas die. Watch, every die. We gotta start saying fuck these bitches, man. If you fucking with a cool female, that's all good. But if you fucking with a bitch